Recently, we've gotten a lot of inquiries about this, needless to say, because it's stunning and it continues. And the other is plants are saying, geez, they're looking a little stressed. And you can see evidence of it, not so much in the one in front of me, but over here. Let's just take a quick look. See some of this leaf bending? See this? What does that suggest to us? You see it all along right here. Getting a little too much sun, and more importantly, we've been way too DRY once again. Too dry. Normally, we have pretty good rainfall in June. Excuse me, in May. And so when we decline in June, we sort of get by with it through July. But this year, we did not have good rainfall in May. We were behind. And we've stayed very behind so far this month. So what's happened is the plants are getting already into really drought stress. It's unusual for it to be this early, but it's very, very alarming to me. So for all of you that I'm always reminding you about irrigation, you got to do it. If you want success, it's a 5-letter word, WATER, and I mean well applied. You got to go for it. I've also been asking about in drip irrigation, how much water do the plants get a week? We sort of target about 10 gallons per plant. Mature plants, say the size of what I have here at my right or I have at my left, either one. And you can divide that up where you water twice a week, 3 times a week, once a week. I prefer that you did sort of twice a week. I think that's sort of the minimum. 3 sometimes is a go as well. If you have an irrigation system that you can control, whether you do it with a manual timer where it's simply spring loaded, you dial in an hour and let it run, 45 minutes, it's simple to figure it out. We're talking 2 hours, you got 120 minutes. You divide it up the way you want. You're going to water 3 times for 40 minutes, 4 times for 30 minutes, 2 times for 60 minutes. It's that simple. But if you don't do it, you're going to be very, very disappointed. I was asked too to comment about hand watering. This is one of my fun subjects to talk about in a way. I noticed here that the townships on the Cape are advertising that they allow you to hand water on certain days. Recently, I had a group of volunteers and I wanted to see how they hand watered before I showed them what I wanted done. And all 6 of them failed my test. And the reason was that they watered aerially, watered all around the plant, not always necessarily on it, wet the leaves more than necessary. Hand watering, good hand watering is great. The one great thing about hand watering is you get to look at the plant while you're doing it. But the water wants to go to the base of the plant. We have to leave the leaves to get rainfall. Sadly, they don't. If you do a lot of hand watering on the, what are you going to develop? Leaf spotting. So you've got to direct the water to the base of the plant, to the root section. And on big plants like this, you can put the water down the bottom and go around and count 1001, 1002, and maybe it's going to be 1010 before you finish this plant. That's what hand watering is about. I know that sounds crazy, but it works.